Hello everyone, welcome to my first car rant of 2020. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It was a great 2019 for all of you guys. I hate candy canes. They take so long to eat. Sprite Cranberry. Welcome to my new car rant. We're back. We're out here filming. Year of 2020 is an exciting year for cars, and I want to talk to you guys about some of the new cars coming up this year. So definitely stay tuned, and let's go. Alright, so welcome to the new year. I know we're off to a, okay start, but it's alright because we have a car rant today. It's gonna be awesome. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope, what are we, 2 weeks into 2020 now? I hope it's going well for everyone. I hope you all got good Christmas presents like Sprite Cranberry. I mean, what more could you want? Check it out. I got a new poster as well. It's all the years of Corvette up to C7. It's pretty awesome. Even though C8 is the best Corvette, it just is mid-engined. Better. Though I do love all of those Corvettes up there. Corvette is one of the all-time best cars. And if you haven't seen my Corvette video, you should go check it out. Our 66 convertible. So we have some exciting cars coming soon and some also not so exciting cars coming soon. But we're going to talk about all of them except the boring ones because I don't know them off the top of my head. And if you watch my first video, you know it's all improv. We don't look anything up. Except for that one top speed car video. I didn't have all the facts. But regardless, we are out here and we're improvising and I'm going off all the stuff I know because
I'm the host of this show.
In the more not so exciting segment, we look at some of the normal cars that have shocked everybody. First off, we have the Mustang Mach-E, or the Mustang Mockery. It's not a real Mustang. And I agree, it's not a real Mustang, and I think it's terrible that Ford would throw the Mustang name under the bus like this and make an SUV. Financially, sure, they'll probably sell a lot, and I guess they needed to use the name in order to compete with Tesla as far as electric cars go, and it's not fast, it's not particularly great at anything besides, it has Mustang and has Mustang taillights on it, so no, I don't like it. I'm sure you don't either. That's a car coming soon. I'm not sure when it's coming. It was just announced, so probably within a year or two we'll see it. Ford's pretty good about that. And then the other, I don't know, truck, well, whatever. The other car is the Tesla Cybertruck. Yes, the actual door wedge with wheels. It is a real car. Tesla plans on selling. However, I know there have been memes out everywhere. I'm a little late with this actually, but I just wanted to do this. It's Tesla, everyone. They come out with weird, wacky stuff, and it's never 100% they're actually gonna make it. I think they are going to make something like the Cybertruck. It's going to be produced. They're going to make a pickup truck. They've been talking about it for a while, but y'all remember the Tesla Roadster that created so much hype? Oh my gosh, sub 2 seconds to 60. It costs under $100,000. It's so affordable, it's so cool. I have not heard anything about that car within the last, I don't know, since it was released. When it was even released, a few years ago? I've heard nothing about it. They haven't had any prototypes. They haven't been testing anything to my knowledge. I see it on Instagram all the time. Oh, look at this Tesla, it costs $90,000 and it's way faster than a Bugatti. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Yeah, where's it at, Tesla people? Where's it at? And that's my worry for the Cybertruck. They come up with something so radical, so weird, breaks the internet, and are they actually gonna make it? And if they do make it, is it gonna be anything like what they're showing? I could go and put down a payment for a Tesla and then just pull it back later. Hey guys, I pre-ordered a Tesla. I didn't because I spent my money wisely, and I'm still saving up for my Koenigsegg, which I was hoping to have by 2020, but doesn't look like that. But nah, I'm just kidding. If anything, I'd buy a C8 Corvette, which are sold out, by the way. Speaking of which, let's move on to some more interesting cars than non-interesting cars. We've got a lot of supercars coming out this year. I could say 2019 was probably the year of the supercar. We've had so many supercars, so many brands come out in the past decade. It's been insane. Like, you look at the 90s and sort of early 2000s, all you had was Lamborghini and Ferrari as far as mainstream, mid-engine cars. Both of them were struggling. It was mainly just Ferrari. And then Ford GT came out in 05, and then Pagani started being popular with the Zonda, and Koenigsegg started to gain ground with the CCX, and you got sort of those companies, and then McLaren started up later as a real company. Now we've just got all over the place, right? All these sort of one car makers, and it's just there's so many coming out and many more coming soon to the 2020. We definitely have the C8 Corvette. We should be seeing that on the road this year, later this year. I think it was pushed back. I think it's February due to the whole GM strike and everything. I think they're coming out February, but this is just so cool. Okay, I can say this is definitely my favorite car to come out in a long time. Well, maybe not, but this thing is so cool. The C8 Corvette, okay, a mid-engine car for under 100,000. You see all of the Corvettes, you see everywhere, like you see Corvettes all over the place. Go to Johnson's Farm, fantastic car show. Go do it. There's Corvettes everywhere. There's an entire parking lot of Corvettes. There's a Corvette show I go to in Ocean City, fantastic show. There's gonna be mid-engine cars you see driving around as often as Corvettes because it costs as much as a Corvette. It is a Corvette. It's so cool. I cannot wait to see them on the road. I am so excited because they're gonna be producing those soon and I get to see one. You know, I remember when that was a prototype and everyone's like, oh, it's terrible and oh, it's ugly and look at the proportions and all the renderings were ugly. And then they released it and no one's complained about the styling. I think it looks fantastic and the price point, of course, is just So that's one of the best cars we have coming out soon, and will be on the roads soon, which is another nice thing and something to talk about later. So as far as supercars go, that's probably the most common one, and one that we were going to be seeing a lot. As far as I know, GM has already sold out all of the pre-orders. They're at production max for those, and they should be out on the road soon, which I cannot wait to see. So in other supercar, hypercar news, we've got the Koenigsegg Jesko, another one of my all-time favorite cars. If you go hypercars, the Jesko is awesome. That should be on the road maybe late 2020, maybe pushing into next year. What I was going to say about this is hypercars, the super top of the line hypercars, Koenigsegg, Pagani, Bugatti, cars like that, they really don't want their stuff leaked out. They'll announce the car, then they'll test it, and then they'll produce it. From when they announce it, you gotta wait like 2-3 years before they start actually making it. What Corvette does, and more higher production, less expensive cars, they'll put them in camo and then drive around and test them and everything, and then they'll release them shortly before they're released as an actual car. If that gets out and leaked, it's not that big of a deal. It's not super hyped, though I will say Chevy tested the Corvette for so long and there was so many renderings and rumors and all kinds of stuff going on about that car, but I'm glad to say that it's fantastic and I cannot wait to see it on the road. But yeah, like I was saying, Koenigsegg, they're just starting to test the Jesko. They have their first running prototype, which is pretty cool, and that should be testing for a long time. They get everything just right before they build a customer car and sell that. And maybe then we'll see a 300-mile-an-hour top speed run. Other cars we definitely will be seeing. The AMG 1, that's another one I'm really looking forward to. I hope we can get it in Forza soon, I'm not gonna lie. See, the AMG, that was released, I think around 2 years ago, the AMG was released at the Frankfurt Auto Show. It literally has a Formula 1 engine in it, and through some difficulties and trying to get that street legal with that engine, it's taking them a long time to get this car ready. So the AMG 1 should be coming out still like 2 years though. They pushed it back again recently, and it's just taking a long time to get that car ready, though I still think it's awesome. I love that idea of ultimate track performance that is street legal. That's so cool. Speaking of which, you can't talk about the AMG 1 without the Aston Martin Valkyrie. That's another hypercar that should be coming within this decade. Probably sooner than the AMG. This car has been hyped up a lot, and just recently we had, was it Geneva last year? We just had their first running prototype there with that V12 in the car. I've had mixed emotions about the Valkyrie. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, wow, that is so cool. And then other times I look at it and I'm like, man, that's just hideous. I really am torn. I don't know. It depends on what angle I see it from. I'd love to see one in person because I'm sure it would just blow me away. And the performance of that car is just undeniable. I mean, the lightweight, that V12 revs to over 10,000 RPM, like 11,000 or something. It's insane. Not as high as the AMG, but it's a V12. Naturally aspirated. I love that. That's a dying breed, and that's really cool from Aston Martin to do something like that. Though, have you seen how you get into it or the seating compartment? You thought the 4GT was tight. Look at the inside of the Valkyrie. Unless you're in there with like your girlfriend or your wife, I don't think I'd want to sit in there with anyone else. You're like smashed together. Exciting car, unbelievable performance. That's going to be coming out soon as well. Other hypercars we should see soon. Lotus is testing their Evija. As I should say, 2020 is going to be a year of the electric car, probably. I mean, we're getting more and more electric hypercars. I can't think. Ferrari has rumors of going electric within a few years. McLaren's waiting a while, but within this decade, they should have an electric car. Everyone's going electricity. Unlimited power! Do it. Everyone's going electric. If you haven't seen my electric car rant, go watch it right now. I'm not going to expand on it. Evija, amazing looking car, and I really am excited to see those on the road. Though, of course, I won't be seeing any of these cars because I live in New Jersey and not in California, where literally every car is. So we got the Lotus, we've got the Pininfarina, and the Rimac all coming soon. Though they were recently announced, and like I said, 2 to 3 years probably, but they are being tested right now, which is good steps. Lotus is testing their car. I'm not sure about the other two. I think Rimacs, are they selling those already? The Rimac C2 should be out soon. Though again, low volume production, you know, one could come out and then you gotta wait a couple months and the next one will come out. But yeah, we got those 3 electric giants coming out. Those are kind of setting way for full electric cars. So they'll be coming out this year, as well as the McLaren Speedtail. That was just shown doing 250 miles an hour a few times at a runway somewhere, which is pretty cool. You know, that car has grown on me. Though I still wouldn't have one. It's so long. I know it's called the Speedtail. I just feel like it doesn't do the F1 justice. I don't know if you agree with me. The P1 was a much more fitting homage to the F1, whereas the Speedtail, even though it's the free row seating, which I absolutely love, I would love to drive a car in the middle. I think that is super cool. There's nothing revolutionary about it. Sure, it has a hybrid system and it makes over 1,000 horsepower, but that's like dime a dozen. Regera does that with 1,500 horsepower and no transmission, and it's so cool. The Speedtail, yeah, 3-row seating, that's cool, and I do love the interior of that car. It's gorgeous. The weird plates on the front of the wheels, and okay, it can go 250 miles an hour, but again, Bugattis that can do that, we got Koenigseggs that can do that. It's like not record-breaking, it's not something crazy new. However, Gordon Murray, I believe it's the same person who designed the McLaren F1, he's building this, the T50. From the one angle they've released, I think is going to be pretty awesome. So get this, okay? This is coming soon as well. They haven't officially released, you know, all of it and all the specs, but there's been a lot of people talking about it, whatnot. They're building this car. It's sort of a more fitting homage to the F1. I think it's basically sending out the analog supercar, right? The last analog supercar we had, probably the Porsche Carrera GT and Ford GT of that era. 2005, right? Manual transmission cars, Pagani Zonda is another one. Manual transmission, not a lot of electronics, all that stuff. So this is sort of an homage to that. And back to pure driving, which is what the F1 was all about. So we got the T50 coming, and you see that fan on the back. That's actually part of aerodynamics, and it was like banned from F1 for being too effective, and it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. They've got a lot of revolutionary stuff in there. I read a whole article about it. And manual transmission. That's awesome. Now, we were speaking about the C8 Corvette. The only thing I'm slightly disappointed about is there's no manual transmission, but I get that a dual clutch is a lot faster, though. Manuals are fun. Go watch my Dark video. Anyway, why don't you just go watch all my videos and like them all, okay? But yeah, those are some of the biggest cars coming this year. Ferrari could be possibly, I think it's all but confirmed, Ferrari's going to be making an SUV. You're late to it, Ferrari. You know, everybody's going to buy a Urus. In case you haven't noticed, I disagree with making a crossover using a popular name. All it does is, yeah, you sell a lot and you make money, which I guess companies do need to make money. It dilutes the name, and the name isn't as special. Like Mustang. Oh look, there's a Mustang. It's a cool front-ended V8 car. Oh look, now Mustang is also associated with an electric crossover, which is like the boringest thing you can make. The Apollo IE is being produced. The Di Tommaso, that's based off the Apollo, a sort of sister company, that should be coming soon as well. That also will be offering a manual transmission. Hey, maybe manuals are making a comeback, because no one my age can drive them, except me. We also have Bugatti. We have some cars coming. The Cento di Ecce should be coming within the next 10 years. The Divo as well, which they have been testing, so that should be coming soon, as well as, yeah, the Cento di Ecce, which I personally think looks a lot better than the Divo. I'm still not totally sold on the Divo's styling. I don't know. The Chiron Sport is still the best looking, even though it's less expensive than both of those. Anyway, yeah. And also, I think there's rumors of a Bugatti SUV coming soon, which leaves just Koenigsegg, McLaren, and Pagani, who aren't making SUVs, which is
he said. Stay at it, guys. Don't make those cars. Speaking of which, I believe there's a new Pagani coming soon, a version of the Huayra. I heard rumors a while ago it could be a stick shift, actually. But other than that, nothing really has come up. I think they're doing something. Something with the Huayra. The Huayra is still being used. I don't think they're coming out with an all-new model, but something going on there. As well as my boys at Lambo coming out, I think, finally with an Aventador replacement. The Aventador came out 2012, and we're still waiting on a new version. We've had Roadster, we've had the SV, we've had the SV Roadster, we've had the Veneno, which was based on the SV, we had Centenario, which was also based on the SV, we had the S, we had the S Roadster, we had the SVJ, we had the SVJ Roadster, we had the SVJ 63 Roadster, we have the SVJ 63, we got the Cyan, which is also based on the Aventador. We've got the 50th anniversary Aventador, we've got the Mira Homage Aventador, the Aventador J, I mean, the Aventador SC18 Alston, that one-off version. I mean, this Lamborghini made this platform and every single car has been based on it. Oh my gosh. Oh, we've got the Huracan, which I think is also going to be replaced this year because we've had the Huracan, we've had the Huracan rear-wheel drive, we've had the Huracan Spider, we've had the Huracan rear-wheel drive Spider, we've had the Huracan Performante, we've had the Huracan Performante Spider, we've had now just updated the Huracan Evo Spider, we had the Huracan Evo rear-wheel drive, and probably coming soon we'll have a Huracan Evo rear-wheel drive Spider. Oh boy. I actually think that the Huracan rear-wheel drive Evo looks really good. Lamborghini's been having trouble because Volkswagen won't give them enough funding unless they're going hybrid, and Lamborghini's like, no. Yeah, and we have the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, as well as the F8 Tributo coming soon. I think the F8 looks pretty good, but I'm still not totally sold on the SF90, and also a terrible name. We also have the new McLaren Roadster looking thing, and then we have the Ferrari Roma. There's another one coming out.
But wait, we have a special award I wanted to give out. So I've been thinking the last decade, right, 2010 to 2020 now. I wanted to say what I think was the most important car of the decade. Now, I know a lot of you are probably going to disagree about this, but I think it's the 2017 Ford GT. Here you're all yelling at me! Don't yell at me! Don't yell at me. This is my video. I can say what I want. If you're mad, like the video. If you aren't mad, like it anyway. Yes, I know it has a V6. And yes, I know a lot of you think it's too expensive. But I know it's an homage, sort of, to the original Ford GT of '67, which Ford vs. Ferrari, fantastic movie, one of the best I've ever seen. It's not though. See, the '05 Ford GT was an homage to the original GT. They made it look as much like it as they could, the interior, and it was only a street car. But the new GT was Ford doing something new and entering the super exotic car reach, and I think it did so much for their brand as far as performance, but they built it, they actually went racing with it, they won Le Mans 50 years after they did it with the original GT. I can't think of a car that has been more covered and more freaked out about than the Ford GT. The styling, the way they incorporated styling cues from the original GT in a totally new way, and yes, they put a V6 in it, but they did that to win Le Mans. That was part of their strategy. It was lightweight, and it was more fuel efficient at higher RPMs than a V8 would be at higher RPMs. For endurance racing, it worked out better, and yes, they needed to keep the EcoBoost name in order to have that for Ford. But I just think that with its racing, it did winning Le Mans for America, and just the hype that came out of it, I think that should be the car of the year. I'm thinking just in general the car of the year. The best car of the year, engineering wise, I'd say was the Agera RS for breaking that top speed run, and that car is all over YouTube for a long time. The Agera RS is one of, that's like up there. 2017 Ford GT, car of 2010. So I'm just gonna put it there. Now, if we were going, including 2020, part of that, it would be the C8 Corvette, but I'm including that in the next decade. But that would be probably the most important one for what it did for affordable performance. Ford GT, what it stands for, what it was able to achieve. Coming from Ford, I think that should win Car of the Year. I can't think of a car that was more popular. So that's me personally. Even though I've never driven any of them, I didn't really follow along with the racing, but I know they won, they got first place. Thank you all for watching my video. We'll have probably another one coming next week. We'll see what's going on. I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to be about. We might have another Minecraft video. I might alternate that actually. Minecraft minigames, car rant, Minecraft minigames, car rant. Sorry for no video last week, but you get two this week. So thank you for watching me, everyone. Oh, also, sorry, this is a really long outro. Whisker Studios, they're starting another YouTube channel for my youth group, for Venture Young Adults Ministry, part of my church, FAC. They'll be making videos as well. Make sure to go check them out. I'm not sure if they'll be live when this video goes live, but if not, they will be soon, so keep looking. Venture FAC, same editor, expect great things. It's gonna be awesome. So peace out, everyone, and I will see you next week.
clap for synchronization. There's a cat trying to break in. Dude, we're gonna start it. I think I'm gonna start this. Ah! Oh, that was a good intro. I'm going to have to clean all of these up now. Hope I don't have an ant problem.
How long is it? A lot of editing. Goodbye.